Hi guys, my name is Barodante, and welcome back to the Black Widow. So I did a pretty cool progress in the previous episode. This is a bit more than that, but yeah, generally I introduced more colors to the picture, but we still have a lot of colors ahead of us. And most importantly, I made these kids fighting in here that I think really improved the composition, as well as these guys are doing a bit of a more aggressive choking thing over there. Although, as many of you said in the comments, that still needs more work. They still look too passive and not really expressing things, especially comparing to these guys. Another thing you guys said was that the kids in the nest are too small. Yeah, I guess a little bit. But honestly, I know by myself that whenever I check, I usually underestimate the power of perspective. This room is kind of big, and the kids are kids, they're sort of small, so over there, they would be small. But I guess I overdid it a bit. They should be a bit bigger than that. So yeah, I'll make those bigger, we'll work on these kids. I think this kid should be facing that one. That would make more sense. Maybe he would also be holding the hands of the choker. Also, another thing you guys said that the windows, they look too clean. Well, I haven't really touched them yet. They're just a basic blocking in, like it's just a transformation from the sketch. It's just a structure. But also, the windows are overexposed. The exposure of the picture is adjusted to the indoors, so that makes sense that the windows would be really bright. And when they're really bright, in that overexposure, we may easily lose any details of the dirt on the windows as well. But I'll add a little bit, okay. Between the episodes, I also did another little tweak. Initially, the picture looked like this, then I desaturated the blood like this, and then I added on top some more of a blockbuster filter, and this blue soft brush strokes like this in overlay mode, like this in maximum setting. Actually, I kind of like it stronger, because it was a bit too dull. Why not? Why not go crazy with all kinds of gradients? Since the picture is almost black and white anyway, that looks really cool to do all this stuff. Kinda gives the feeling of this being some sort of poster for a big budget movie, I guess. But yeah, that's like the most interesting thing to me when I work with black and white turning to color picture, is that you can apply a whole lot of these subtle color gradings. Like I added this one, it may be not the last one at all. Like we can keep adding and the picture becomes more and more rich. So I'll merge that down, and I'll keep this color correction on top for now, why not? And we'll keep working. I guess I'll start with the small kids in the nests, then I'll probably redraw the choking guys, and then we'll see what happens. But all of that after a word from today's sponsor.
Professionally, I worked on car illustrations for Rage of Bahamut, Adam's short films by Unity, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, and Sleeping Dog.
This man is David Kuo, and he's here to share his powerful knowledge and experience by working with you in his masterclass, Character Illustration The Millennium War, Deity of Destruction. This is the first masterclass on Wingfox, which means that not only you get permanent access to a 36-hour-long video course, but also you get to take part in a private Discord group of the course and submit your homework and get feedback directly from David Kuo, giving you actionable steps to take your work to the next level. David is an incredible, sharp, and inspiring teacher that will structurize your workflow, apply a meaningful approach to illustration, analyzing the purpose of an artwork, and breaking down all the ways to achieve that purpose. Following the affiliate link in the description, take your part in the 4 months long masterclass today, gaining full access immediately for $240, with a limited $100 discount code available below for the first 50 students. Or break it down to 4 monthly payments of $60, gaining access to each of the 4 stages of the masterclass each month. Now back to the video. By the way, you guys may be wondering, in the previous episode I said that I'll try to keep working in Krita on regular basis. Well, that is a side of Black Widow project, since this is an 8K project, and also I'm using a lot of adjustment layer effects. And that thing, while present in Krita, to my surprise, there are adjustment layers in there, but it just makes it dead on big resolutions. I tried to open Black Widow in there. It feels like a 3D render. It's just little block by block. It's updating the image. Like, obviously it can be a lot faster. I guess it was just implemented quickly, so it would just generally be able to do it. But yeah, I think it needs like reworking to actually get optimized. I guess no one did that yet. So that's why we're back in Photoshop. I guess for this dry black and white to color multi-layer approach, Photoshop is like, there's no reason to not like Photoshop since I don't need a lot from like brush engine. It just needs to be a dry transparent brush and that's it. Wrong sound device. Alright, I made, I think, all the fixes, including a couple of new ones, which are kinda questionable in terms of this reflected orange light. But yeah, I don't know, the anatomy of this choked guy is far from perfect. I don't know why it turned out like that. Tiny hands. But yeah, aside from that, made the kids bigger in the holes. And yeah, just looking for stuff to improve and put detail upon all over the place. Added like super bright spots on the windows in some areas, like brighter blobs. I think that gives a hint on the dirty windows already. Of course, it's not an actual detailed look, but it's something. So yeah, I feel like in such a huge artwork like this, it really feels like I need to somewhat decide which part I should maybe a little bit focus on for a little while. Because, you know, just dropping little details here and there, it would be fine, but also might be not definitive enough. Like, right now, I really want to focus on this area. Oh, also, I guess like on this area then. I really want to change this kid. That's what I actually wanted to do. I wanna remove this arm of his that's just hanging like that. And he will be the first kid that I'll introduce actually eating. No one's eating in here, it's kind of weird. These guys are fighting over meat, that's actually in his hand. This one already finished eating, and everyone else just wants to eat. So at least one dude should be already eating, and makes sense that it would be this guy that's already crawled to the top. He probably got his piece already. So yeah, I think I'm gonna remove this, and it will be more like hanging and going like, they're fighting. Eating and watching the fight kind of thing. That will look kind of cool, especially if I give that expression of like, you know, just having fun from this food, like a very childish raw feeling of satisfaction. That will filling the blank of his face is just not showing anything for now, so that'll be really cool. And so far, pretty much all the faces that are in the shot, like I don't know about these two for now, but I'll decide on that right now. Pretty much all the faces are more or less showing expressions, because most of the faces are involved in the fight. This guy seems to be like in awe, a little bit like going like that, so I'll push for that. And the only one who's like not really showing any expression is this girl, but I feel like she should be slightly smiling and showing a bit of a twisted interest in this guy, I guess? But why? Yeah, it's just something you want to come up with to fill in the blanks, but that's actually not a very good practice, is it? Like, I can actually come up with something that would really support the whole story. The fights and somewhat mischievous or dark evil expressions, these are great for the story. But this girl, I'm gonna need to think about this one a little bit. Like, her face is super blank in this sketch, so I'm gonna have to change that. I like this slight hint of like smile on her face. Oh, you know what? That's a good one. These guys are actually fighting because the widow threw the meat in there, and they're fighting over who's gonna have it, but the girl has actually stolen it already. So I guess this arm, instead of just stretching into nothing, she will actually have the meat, and this girl may have actually noticed it already. So she's actually eating and having this smiley face to this guy because she's like, I took it while they're still fighting. But she's not gonna smile for a while because that fist may be already for her. So yeah, that's the basic idea I have for that corner. I think that'll be fun. I'll mark it in first, and then we'll move on to these guys. Changing this arm, same as this arm. It's gonna be a lot of arms changed in this episode, I guess. Yeah, also I think this one is kind of, repeating, maybe also should be changed. But anyway, let's continue painting and listening to the tune. Oh my god, I just realized. The triangle, I just decided to switch to the triangle today. The triangle actually points with its corners to the perfect red location, perfect blue and perfect green, I guess. Is that? Yeah, I think that's perfect green. This is already warm. That's very useful. That's not something you ever get with a cube. Like, you don't know, like, you only know where pure red is at the bottom, but where is pure green or pure blue? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but with pure red, it's usually important. That's something I had in that hue strip, which is, I still have it here, but it's kind of cool how it's showing where the green will become more cold and where it will become more warm. And same thing, where is the split between orange and this purple color. Just wanted to share that. So yeah, I think I definitely got carried away with this girl. That sounded wrong, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I guess the vibe of this situation is now here. Also, I like this little tweak I did to the way the eyes look. They now look more like they're holes. That's better, isn't it? A little bit more interesting than just like black eyes. Also, metaphorically, it kind of implies that they're blind instead of just having black eyes, whatever that would mean. In this case, they have no eyes, and the whole allegory can take a lot of forms with that, I think. So anyway, I think I'm done with this corner for now. Just making the meat a bit darker because it's, again, too much of the glowing red. And now let's move on over here. Let's see what we can do in here. Hopefully that'll turn out to be a lot of fun. I spent quite a lot of time just detailing the Black Widow's face. I hope it was worth it. It's kind of a weird thing. I'm adding these details, this definition of lighting, and like adding little decisions here and there, looking for like what I want, and maybe some of the definition is a bit too harsh, like the shading is a bit too strong. I mean, like maybe I would want to lighten up these shadows a little bit like this or something, especially on the forehead. It feels a bit over the top. But yeah, that's something you can easily do, like adjust by overlaying soft lighter colors. For now, I'm really enjoying the definition that I'm adding to the geometry of the head. I think it's working out rather greatly. One thing though, she keeps looking like she is just looking upwards, like looking at the ceiling, which is the wrong expression. And I think the main difference between just looking upwards and just rolling your eyes upwards in like condition is the eyebrows. If I do this, I'm looking upwards. But if I do this, I'm not looking upward. Because like when you look upwards, you want to remove the eyebrows out of your sight. And that implies that you're actually trying to see something up there. But that's, I think, what we need to do. We need to like lower the eyebrows and actually make them look like they're super relaxed and lowered. I'll try to search for that. It's not exactly easy. By the way, this super ripped chest right here, I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool. She should be really strong after all, which is one of the things, like generally she's kind of buff looking or swole, and I like that a lot, even though the face is kind of slimming down as the more I detail it, the slimmer it gets. But I mean, skinnier neck and face means she's generally like not sitting around, she barely has any fat, while the body will be really strong and massive. That's kind of the look I'm going for, I guess. Really holding myself from like adding highlights, because I want to add them at the very end. Although this is almost the final color of the skin, maybe I would add some redness in certain areas, some translucency glowing. And after that, I would do the thing with adding actual highlights with these like separate pale colors, so they shouldn't be contaminated with the coloring of the skin that I'm gonna be doing from a separate layer. Yes, I said that in the previous episode, but what if someone hasn't seen it? I just don't want to have a lot of people in the comments yelling at me, why aren't you adding any highlights? No one's gonna yell that. No one ever yells at me. Everyone's just like, you're doing great. Keep going. All right. Anyway, I think that's enough for the head of the widow. Let's work a bit on the girl on the left. No, actually, I'm gonna change the big detail of this hand, the arm. That's something I was planning to do. So let's do that first. Let's maybe work a little bit on this girl over here, and I feel like I'm running out of the juice to keep going. But yeah, so far, seems like a lot of fun. Not sure about the way this girl is holding the meat. Kinda pisses me off. Like, who rips the meat out of their mouth like this? You sort of do it this way, I guess. Or like not that expressively, but maybe like this. But without that, I need to fix that right now. It's really annoying. Also, this arm, shouldn't its shoulder be over there, so it should be coming from higher? Looks like it's someone else's arm going on. I'm seeing all the mistakes. My third eye is open to make more new mistakes. Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do here today, but let's see. Alright, I guess that'll be it for today. Solved a little bit of the values on the girl. Really feels great and fun to do this, but I don't know, it's kind of weird. When I'm not recording, I can go for many hours, but when I'm in front of a camera, maybe because I'm like a lot more focused, I don't do anything else, I'm only painting. That's why I get tired faster, because I do more faster. But yeah, I'm done with 2.5 hours of work. I don't know, it seems like quite some progress here, so that's cool. Oh, let's maybe try the thing with the lowering eyebrows. I kinda didn't do that. Alright, let's see.
No.
Well, now she just looks like she's pissed off at something at the ceiling. Maybe I need to just close the eyes more. They look like they're actively looking upwards, so that's probably something that's wrong. So, how about that? I don't know. I'll keep it in a separate layer. For now, that will be it. We'll think on that in the next one. So yeah, what do you guys think? Are we going great? Maybe there are other parts to add something interesting to. I think this is a great change right now, because it was really off before. Now it looks like actually something is going on. I like the kind of very effective, meaning full of effects of rendering I did on the girl in the new version, with this nice soft glow and translucency. Kinda looks fun. Maybe too strong, but you can always tone it down. So yeah, this is it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Well, this was fun. By the way, guys, how do you like the new secondary camera? I'm actually now recording all the footage in 4K. Except for the capture from the screen, but having some issues finding the monitor I want in stock. But yeah, hopefully things will look better than before.